Imagine the heavy door of a hidden safe creaking open in total silence. That was the scene when King Charles reached into a concealed vault inside Clarence House and pulled out something no one expected. There were no flashing cameras, no waving reporters, only Charles, his two sons, and history waiting to explode. Inside that dark space lay a single envelope shut tight for almost 30 years. The handwriting on the front was clear and graceful, the very same loops and curls that once signed postcards from a loving mother. It read simply, "For my boys." Suddenly the air felt thin. William froze. Harry stared. And Charles, with trembling hands, passed the letter forward without a single extra word. That envelope carried the whispers of Princess Diana, words formed only weeks before the crash that ended her life. She had written her last true wish without staff, without royal council, without fear. Now that wish was opening old scars the palace never wanted to admit existed. Why had this message been locked away so long? What was inside that could shake two grown men who have faced wars, divorces, and worldwide gossip? The answer cut deeper than any scandal about crowns or jewels. It was about freedom, love, and the right to build a life beyond duty. When the seal finally broke, William and Harry found lines written in blue ink that sounded like their mother was still in the room. She asked for no riches, no revised titles, no public statues. Her plea was simple yet daring. "Let my sons live as people before they live as princes." Harry whispered those very words after reading them, and his voice cracked. For William, the moment felt like time stopped. The letter was not another tabloid headline. It was a mother speaking across decades, warning her children not to let the palace turn their hearts to stone. In that instant, every public smile, every stiff salute, every press photo flashed through his mind and felt suddenly hollow. But the shock did not end with the content. The bigger question thundered in the room. Why did Charles hide this message? Why bury his late wife's final hope beneath layers of paperwork? Some aides claim he feared what Diana requested might shatter the firm holding of the monarchy. If her sons walked away, what would happen to a crown built on unbroken bloodline? Others whisper it was never about protection. It was about control. Keep the request hidden, keep the system intact. Whatever the motive, the damage is here and cannot be sealed again. William and Harry must now wrestle with a truth stolen from them since adolescence. Yet there was more. Tucked inside Diana's diary was a second letter known only to a small circle of restorers who uncovered it during a quiet refurbishment in 2004. This second message spoke directly to William, the future king, and its softness crushed him harder than any public attack. In a gentle voice, Diana wrote, "You will be king one day, but promise me you won't lose the boy inside you, William." That single line sent William to the floor in tears. Insiders say, all the years spent balancing soccer matches with state dinners, bedtime stories with policy briefings, suddenly felt like a test he might be failing. He had tried to modernize the role, to bring cameras into hospitals and open doors to mental health causes. Still, had he forgotten the simple joy of being a person? The letter pressed that doubt into his chest like ice. It left him silent for days, according to one palace worker who found him staring at family photos long after midnight. Harry read the same words and felt something different. He felt relief. To him, the note proved he had not betrayed his mother by leaving for California. He had honored her plea for an authentic life. For Harry, that validation was a surge of light, but it also widened the gulf between the brothers. Diana had always raised them differently. She drove them through fast food windows, smuggled them onto roller coasters, and took them on the London subway. She wanted them to taste life beyond gold gates. She believed a ruler cannot serve a nation he does not know. She believed empathy is power. So William and Harry grew with the same roots, but branched in opposite directions. William, first in line, stayed locked in duty, hoping to soften the palace from within. Harry, forever the second son, broke away, choosing sunlight over ceremony. Now Diana's letters throw that choice into new light. Did William stay out of courage or out of fear? Did Harry leave in rebellion or in faithfulness? These questions swirl like a storm over Buckingham. Every newspaper headline asks the same thing. Which brother truly listened to Diana? Inside the palace walls, courtiers worry the fight could fracture the very throne. King Charles stands at the eye of that storm. Once the villain in Diana's tragedy, He is now the guardian of her secret words. Why did he keep them locked away? Friends insist he wanted to protect his sons from a pain that could not help them. Critics claim he wanted to protect his own legacy from a truth that might reduce his authority. Silence, however, often feeds suspicion. By hiding the letter, Charles created a mystery so dark that the reveal now feels like betrayal. William feels blindsided, Harry feels justified, and Charles, insiders say, feels the weight of two worlds, the ancient crown on his head and the broken hearts of the children sitting before him. Diana warned of this very danger. She wrote that the institution trains heirs to perform instead of feel. She feared that without open hearts her sons would become polished statues, admired yet lonely. She begged for a future where compassion comes before ceremony. Now her handwriting has forced that vision back into the royal spotlight. William must decide whether to keep reshaping the monarchy from the inside or finally loosen the tight grip of tradition. Harry must decide whether to keep his distance or try again to heal the family wound. Neither path is easy. The crown does not release its heirs without a fight. Reporters camp outside the palace gates, notebooks ready, waiting for any hint of movement. Every twitch of a curtain becomes breaking news. Every motorcade sparks rumors of secret meetings. Social media explodes with every new clue, memes appear within minutes, and podcasts debate Diana's wishes late into the night. Royal advisors run scenario after scenario, trying to predict public response. Some suggest a heartfelt joint statement from William, and Harry might calm the storm. Others warn that even a single wrong word could light another fire. There is talk of a documentary, talk of a private summit, talk of bringing in trusted mediators. No plan feels safe because the world has already tasted the drama and wants more. Yet beneath the flash and buzz lies a quieter truth. Two brothers are sorting through childhood memories, realizing entire chapters were edited without their consent. Photographs, once warm, are now tinged with questions. Family holidays replay in their minds with new shadows. They are discovering that history is not only written by victors, it can be rewritten by secrets left in a locked safe. The power of parenthood echoes here. A single letter changed the direction of princes, and may even redirect the future king. Few political speeches manage such force. Diana achieved it with a pen and a lump of courage. That fact alone reminds the world why she remains a symbol of heart before hierarchy. In the end, this is not only a royal struggle. It touches anyone who has ever felt torn between family loyalty and personal truth. It poses a simple challenge. Do you follow the path designed for you, or do you craft your own? The answer shapes destinies, crowns, and ordinary dreams alike. One thing is sure, the palace will never look the same again. Whether William reforms the throne from within, or Harry continues his journey away, Diana's last wish has already cracked the marble. The choice now is to patch the fracture or rebuild the foundation. Diana's voice did not fade with the flash of paparazzi cameras. It hid, waited, and arrived at the one moment it could no longer be ignored. That voice now whispers in the halls where decisions are made. Let them live without fear. The question is, who will finally listen? Some mysteries never get a final answer, yet one truth blazes bright right now. Diana saw the storm coming, and she wrote her fear into history long before the world heard her cry. Through those hidden words, we finally grasp how deeply she worried about the future waiting for her boys. From the sidewalk, Buckingham Palace glitters with greatness, with banners of history and shows of power. To Diana, it often felt like an ice palace where warmth could not survive. In private, she spoke again and again about the emotional emptiness of royal life, and warned that the same chill would one day wrap tight around William and Harry. They will learn to smile and wave, she wrote. But who will teach them to feel? She refused to let rehearsed lines be their only language. Bedtime cuddles, silly surprise trips, and scribbled notes were her armor against that freeze. She was not only fighting for affection, she was fighting for their emotional survival. Looking back, her worry feels hauntingly accurate. William has admitted the crushing weight of expectation, while Harry opened up about hidden trauma and the years when therapy was hushed. The palace polished them into perfect portraits, but Diana knew a perfect portrait can hide a stone heart. That heavy truth smashed into William the night her letter surfaced. He carries one memory like a splinter that never leaves. The night Diana died, he was 15, resting at Balmoral. She phoned, said she loved him, that she would see him soon, and he rushed off to keep playing. Years later, William confessed, "That call sticks with me. I should have talked longer, I should have said more." When he read her final words, the regret roared back louder than ever. Her plea: stay open. Never bury kindness. Never skip the chance to say how you feel. The letter was more than advice. It was a mirror showing every unspoken moment. Staff say William wept, then walked the gardens alone for almost a day, stunned that his mother still spoke to the boy inside the future king. Harry's reaction burned just as fierce, yet in the opposite direction. For him, Diana's death meant sudden silence. He locked the pain behind duty and appearances until it twisted into anger. In her letter, he found proof that the path he chose later was not betrayal but bravery. She had written, "You don't owe the crown your spirit, you owe yourself happiness." He broke down and told a friend, "She gave me permission." That single line turned his exit from rebellion into reunion with his mother's truth. This difference nudged the brothers onto split roads once again. One stayed, one walked, but both heard the same call. Diana dreamed of compassion, not crowns. In her last message, she begged them to serve with empathy and to see kindness as their real strength. "Kindness will be your strength," she wrote, "not status." She pictured a new kind of monarchy that comforts before it commands. Evidence of that vision is everywhere. William launched Heads Together to blast open the silence around mental health. Harry co-founded the Archwell Foundation to lift stories of healing and unity. Two routes, one heartbeat. A palace assistant put it simply, they are not copying her steps, they are walking in her spirit. Yet the disagreement over method has widened a distance no letter can close overnight. Diana's private diary uncovers the roots of that spirit with raw honesty. In public, she wore a princess mask for cameras and tabloids, but her diary pulsed with loneliness, self-doubt, and a rising fear that she was losing command of her own story. "He hates that they love me more than him," she penned about Charles as her popularity soared. She wrote of bulimia, of begging for help, and of the silence that answered her pleas. Still, she fought on for William and Harry. "They are the only part of my life that makes sense," she declared. "I will not let them become shadows." These diary pages and her final letter combine into one thunderous message. Protect love over legacy. Guard heart over hierarchy. Now that thunder rolls through every chamber of the palace because the monarchy itself has reached a fork in the road. The crown must decide whether to cling to tradition or step into the future Diana envisioned. William is already pushing for more human leadership, more talk about grief, more real emotion. Yet every move now carries the new weight of her uncovered wish. Harry feels vindicated, but the gap between the brothers has never felt wider. Can this shared truth bring them back together, or has too much hurt piled up? No official statement has surfaced from the palace, and insiders warn none may arrive soon. The Queen is gone, Charles grows older, and the torch is passing to a generation raised by the most famous empath the throne ever knew. Diana remains present in every choice her sons make, in every charity they champion, and in every conversation about what modern royalty must become. The kingdom stands on a razor edge. One path loops back to the safety of tradition. The other marches toward the transformation Diana dared to imagine. The world watches, hearts pounding, as her last wish echoes against palace walls. What comes next for William, for Harry, and for the royal legacy may redefine royalty for a new age.